Okay, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Houston Texans and our home team. It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Come on, set. 18 Gator. I got you. I got you.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
At the 24-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Squeeze, get in there.
Big edge.
Under 10. 80 weapon. 80 go.
Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
Come get some. Come on.
High 7, let's go.
He don't want it.
Operating from the gun. Love.
Kill.
And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Red 80. X3. 218.
After the interception, here's Darnold. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Come on. You better bring it.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
Red 80.
You got time.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
53, check 53. I'm going to run you over.
Check 9. Red 80.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
I'm coming for it.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the 1st down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike.
Defense wins championship.
Red 80. Bang, 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 bang. Red 80.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 24-yard line.
Okay.
The Charger drive about to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
You think you gonna get this? You think you gonna get this?
Joker, 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 Joker.
Leo.
36, 36.
Set, go.
Off the play fake. Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that. Give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
60 outlaw.
Defense, let's go.
49, check 49, check 49.
Orbit. Ready.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Love. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first.
At the 36-yard line.
Ready, ready.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
4 down, 4 down. Check, check. Fresno, Fresno, Fresno.
Recon, 132 fighting. Let's go.
Off play action. Love going up top. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick, and the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Here
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10.
Switch, lady.
Red 80, 53, check 53. Now watch run.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 15.
On 1st down, it's Darnold. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
It's now 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, watch it.
A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Seven's the Mike. Red 80.
I got you, son. I got you, son.
Bravo.
57's the Mike. Watch 57.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
3rd and 2, Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Charger football to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. To throw from his end zone. Love got a man open. It's Ross. And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. Now Gordon on 1st down. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. 23 yards on the play. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now here's Pollard. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Push him back. Push him back. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
On the ball. He's checking. Crash. Oh, slam.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
This Charger defense continuing to hold the line. Now it's a 3rd and goal situation.
Hey, Zoo.
After the run, now Darnold to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Jacob Hollister, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he's going to be out of bounds here on the return at his own 2-yard line.
Only able to get it to the 2-yard line on his return. Not going to make a lot of friends on your team when you only get it that far.
The Charger drive about to get going. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint. Down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
You're out.
Check 50. Check 50.
Go.
Back to throw. Love. Open man is Ross, complete. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Love. He'll have a 1st down and more past the 20. And they will finally get him down at the 28. 21 yards there on 3rd down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A little bit of daylight on that 1st down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From the gun, Love. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 37-yard line. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this 1st down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Watch that, watch that, watch that.
Foxtrot. Ready, go.
Operating from the gun. Love, complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 13 yards there offset some of the penalty yardage as it's second down.
Second down at the 34-yard line.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress as well as... And it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
No. Red 80. Red 80. Hey, Echo. Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike. Y'all not ready?
On first down, Darnold. It's complete to Hopkins. 30. 10. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Texans push further out in front. Point after, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0.
Makes the score Texans 17. Chargers 0.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 21-yard line.
Ready.
The Charger drive about to get going. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Squeeze, get in there. He's coming.
Back to throw. Love. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
At the 43-yard line.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Watch out.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
On 3rd down, Love. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 40. On 1st and 10, Love. It's his running back, Melvin Gordon. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
This quarterback now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Love. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Hey. You. Buzz.
4-2. Mike's 4-2.
Throwing again. Love. Gets it to Gordon.
Give me some. Give me some.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Seventh play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again.
Zip.
Dash, go, go, go now.
Hey, check Mike, check exit. Watch 55. Man, that's trash. That's trash.
55's Mike, guys, 55. Watch the run, watch the run. Mike, 55.
Ready.
From the gun, Love. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get into field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
Here's Darnold. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Me, I got him. I got motion man. Me, I got this.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53.
53.
Hey, come on, oh, come on, oh.
Watch twist, watch.
Red 80.
Twist.
Hey, Charlie.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Texans push further out in front.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
On the ready.
The Charger drive about to get going. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Check 26, check 26. Switch.
Red 80.
Pollard going to try the right side. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
80. Go red 80.
Check, check, check.
Pilot 64. Weak. The lady.
I got you, baby. I got you. I got you.
We're going to set.
And Darnold just beating the play clock. Going deep for Hopkins. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. All right.
Rock it. Rock it. Ready, go.
On 1st down, Love. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Running right, it's a handoff to Gordon. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 39 yards there, a big one. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Steps away. Got his man, it's Williams. A very solid gain of 27. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Let's go.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And a solid run down inside the 30. Able to pick up a healthy chunk of yards, 7-yard gain, but a tough 3rd and 9 upcoming.
Brings up 3rd and 9.
Operating from the gun, Love. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. And it's complete. Henry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down, L.A. 1st down, here's White. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 12-yard line.
Mike 42, Mike 42. Hey, check.
Delta.
To throw on 2nd down, Love. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. T.J. Watt, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Complete, it's Henry. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run for it. This is White. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, loss. There. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers are able to close the gap just a bit. No real hesitation from Anthony Lynn. They're going to go for 2.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
From the gun, Love. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, you know, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
A marker down. He does get it up past the 25. Will it hold? Let's see. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Let's get in there, Shift. 6 guy. Check 6 guy. Kill.
Run for Pollard, and he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Mike, we're going to sign it. 53, Mike.
I want that. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense.
You ran 80. You got tight.
Going to run again here with Pollard. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Last stop. We're going to sign it. 53. Check 53. Stop your whining. Jam him. Red 80.
To throw is Darnold. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Okay.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Watch the screen.
Topper. Check 13.
Watch.
Ready, go.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
You're out.
Go. Bang. Shift.
Let him.
2nd and 5.
It's our time.
Looking left sideline, it's complete. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. This is Gordon. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
Orbit.
My 52. You don't want that.
Let's go.
On 3rd and 2, Love. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he's got the 1st before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Gordon. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Love. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Here we go.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Man open, that's Kiki QT, complete. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. The quick slant, good for 8 and a first.
First down, Houston.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip.
They try and run on first down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 45-yard line.
Here we go, side.
53, check 53.
Here we go, here we go.
Kill, kill, kill. Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
Yo, lady. Let's go. Right side.
On 2nd down, Pollard. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
No gain on the play. And it brings up 3rd down.
The Texans on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd down and 12.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Yo, lady.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic.
Darnold. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, and this ball's tipped and entered. And I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick.
Let's go, let's go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
I can't believe they even let you play. Check, 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 check.
Hey, Haywood.
Mike 5-2, Mike 5-2. Let's go one more.
Red 80.
Out, 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 out.
And Darnold wants to throw the football. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. Had a nice move, but can't break away. Down just inside the 30. Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. 7 yards there and a first down.
And sometimes things come together exactly like you want. It's not just been the volume of carries he's had in this contest. It's been the production as well.
Here we go, son.
53, Mike, you got nothing today. You got nothing. Slam. Check 43. Check safety. Back, lady. He's coming.
And he'll give it here to his running back. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back, but 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
Let's go.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out multiple, although I set you up by saying game balls, plural. But I like
where we're going with this, though. You say one to represent.